Okay, good morning. It's Monday, September 10th, I believe. Yeah, September 10th. It's time to get working on this week's topic, which is communicating with students and parents digitally. And so you'll be reading about this with textbook chapter 9 and other readings that have to do with this concept. Well, chapter 9 may not be as related to this topic necessarily. It's talking about special concerns with online environments, but read that anyway. And then it talks about snow days. Communicating with parents is a nice article that tells about how some tips for communicating with parents. Those might not necessarily be about online communication, but good tips. And then also an article about how communicating online can be a problem for teachers as well. It can be an issue. So be careful with your communications online. Make sure you follow district policies and school policies when you do that. So then you'll read or watch some presentations on communicating with students and parents. You can have various ones. Basically, you're going to use the discussion board to connect with others if you need it, but you don't have to use it that way because I did send a list of emails for the class around to you. And so you don't have to use the discussion board to set up this communicating with parents and learners activity, but you're going to watch this presentation. And then if you choose one of the tools down here, you can have a look at the different tools that are available to you or different tutorials to help you to create a communication tool, whether it's just a classroom blog or a Remind 101 like we use in this class, or Pinterest group board, using Twitter in the primary classroom, Teacher's Guide to Creating Facebook page for students, that type of thing. You can follow one of those. You could also do, like I mentioned, some of the newer technologies to do this, like Snapchat or, well, Snapchat might be kind of hard to do. It depends on how you set it up, but Instagram as well. So those are some different tools, and you'll learn about those as you go along this week. And then, of course, we're working toward the assignment, which is digital communication. So this kind of hopefully may not make sense to you if you don't know about this assignment, but the assignment is that you are setting up a method for communicating digitally with parents or students using a technological tool. And so one of those tools that's listed below is the recommended thing to use, along with some of the other tools that I just mentioned. So some of the presentations this week are designed to help you to get ready with one of these tools. The communication method that you choose must be digital and enable you to communicate with parents or students quickly and effectively. And you're going to choose a tool, then set it up, then use other students in this class as your pretend class of parents/students. So if it's, let's say you want to set up a blog for communicating with your students, then we are your students, and you can email a few of us and say, hey, please check out my blog, so that you see what's going on. Or Remind 101, hey, here's my class in Remind, and you can add some of us using our email addresses. Or ask us to add ourselves to your Remind class, and then we'll go ahead and do that. And you can start communicating with us about the class. And remember, it's a pretend class, so you can just pretend communicate with us. Talk about an upcoming assignment or um, some type of announcement that you might have for your class. So post a few updates from the tool, get feedback from your fellow students to see if it's working, and when you submit the assignment, you're going to include these items in the document. And here are the list. So give these things in this assignment: a link to the tool where you have things set up, a list of instructions that would need to be given to parents and or students, telling them how to get set up for communication. And you'll probably use this list of instructions to get us to join it, so that might be easy just to copy and paste in here. Explanation of any issues or troubles that came up during the setup and how you overcame them, and discuss the benefits and drawbacks of the tool that you've chosen for communicating with students and parents. What are some potential issues that could arise if you use this tool for an actual learning situation? And then discuss the general benefits of an instructor communicating with students or parents digitally. So that's the assignment basically. You're going to write a little paper on your experience, and you'll be graded with this rubric down below. All right, so the discussion for this week really isn't required unless you need it. So just make sure you know that. You can start a new thread and you can get people into that thread maybe, and if you want to use it to help get people onto your communication method, that's something you can do. And if other people want to post on there too, this might be a good way to get people in there. Otherwise, though, I sent a list of emails around for the class so that you can use those if you want to too. And you can set it up for the whole class if you want to, or you can just select a few classmates to communicate with. But don't be shy, we're all going to have to do this, so go ahead and just communicate with a group. If you want to select just some random people from the class that maybe you don't know, that's okay. And just start inviting them to join your communication method. But you really want to get started on this soon, and that's really the big assignment for this week. So it's due on Saturday, so you want to get started soon and finish it up. All right, well, hopefully that was clear as mud maybe on this Monday morning. But anyway, good luck and get started with the digital communication.